the country. From Kota, Zachitika reports.
Every flooding starts with a drop of rainfall. As we're speaking now here in Kota, M5 is unpassable. You can see in the picture, cars are failing to go to the other side because it's heavily flooded here. Only in Kota here, over 160 households have been affected by these floods, and across the nation it's over 7,000, which is a clear indication that many people have been affected. Now, Dotma is calling for assistance from other stakeholders to come in and help these affected families. From Kota, I'm Zachitika reporting.
There is hope that communities living around Mpamba area in Nkata Bay will start receiving quality health services courtesy of the increased Constituency Development Fund, CDF. The area relies on a dilapidated Mpamba Health Center whose current status does not cater to its catchment area of over 31,000 people. Member of Parliament for Nkata Bay Mpamba constituency, Jacob Mtambalika, told Embassy that together with the Nkata Bay District Council, they have opted to prioritize health services in their development strategy. Temba Mare reports.
Mpamba Health Center in Nkata Bay District saves a population of over 31,000 people from areas such as Mpamba, Mwambazi and Chikwina. However, its current capacity does not match the huge population it caters for because its structures are old, dilapidated and inadequate. The facility does not have a proper maternity wing as its delivery room has only one bed against 12 to 19 births the facility handles each week. The new maternity wing, which is under construction, started in October this year, and the contractor has since left the site. Senior Chief Timbiri of the area says communities, particularly women, face a lot of challenges accessing health services, a development which is compounded by poor road conditions. The problem has also been echoed by Councillor for Mwambazi Ward, Lloyd Nhozi, who says there is urgent need to address the problem.
With this amount of money, it can be partly used to construct some structures at Mpamba Health Center. For example, we can construct toilets. We can also complete the maternity wing, health workers' houses, and we can also construct the laboratory so that the workers can work their duties freely without any interference.
But according to Member of Parliament for Nkata Bay Mpamba constituency, Jacob Mtambalika, all these challenges will soon be history as the coming in of the increased Constituency Development Fund will, among other areas, prioritize capacitating the health sector in the district. He said Mpamba Health Center particularly will be expanded so that its services ably meet the health service demand of the area.
The Mpamba area has grown very big and the Mpamba Health Center is being stretched too much. So when the minister came, one of the issues we discussed is to upgrade the Mpamba Health Center so that we have proper maternity wing. We don't have wards at Mpamba Health Center, so we want to build more wards so that it should be able to admit patients. We're also planning to build a proper laboratory so that more tests can be done at the Mpamba Health Center. We are also planning from the 5 billion to upgrade the HSR Health Post.
Nkata Bay District has a total of 6 constituencies, meaning the district will receive 30 billion kwacha within the 2026-2027 financial year for various development projects. Temba Male, MBC News, Nkata Bay.
Still on health, the Ministry of Health and Sanitation says the country has recorded a significant decline in malaria cases. Speaking to Embassy in Lilongwe, Program Manager for the National Malaria Control Program in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Lumbani Mutali, said from January to September last year, the country recorded about 7.6 million malaria cases compared to 4.6 million cases during the same period last year, representing a 39% reduction. Mutali attributed the drop to the mass net distribution campaign. Mutali explains.
We have had what we can call a significant reduction as compared to last year. So, for example, if we look at malaria cases for the period of January to September in 2024 versus malaria cases from January to September 2025, this year we have seen a reduction of 39% of malaria cases. The same with deaths. There have been lower deaths this year as compared to last year. What is contributing to this reduction? One of the key things that the government has done is, you remember that as Malawi, we have been doing a mass net distribution campaign. We started towards the end of 2024, we ended by the end of June this year. So we have distributed nets in all the districts in Malawi. We know these nets were not enough for every household, but at least they have contributed to this reduction of malaria cases. That's why we see this year we have not had a big problem in terms of malaria.
The Economic Freedom Movement, EFM, has commended President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for what it describes as clear signal of seriousness and commitment to national development. Speaking in Lilongwe during a press briefing, EFM President Joseph Peshi applauded the adoption of austerity measures, which he says demonstrates strong fiscal discipline and prudent use of public resources. Peshi also praised the president for honoring alliance and political agreements with partners such as AFORD, saying it enhances political stability. He gives more details in this interview.
In less than 100 days, we have seen that this administration, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's administration, we have seen that they are trying to make sure that queues have been reduced. So this is an indication that they are working very hard, and we believe that fuel is a commodity that helps, that drives the economy of the country, and that when there's the fuel queues, there's always queues, there's no fuel, so many things get involved, and that the economy of this country it was almost at standstill just because there was no fuel. So we urge this government to continue putting measures to make sure that fuel is not scarce anymore in this country. We should not have dry pumps in this country anymore, because it affects the price of everything. It affects the price of transportation, it affects the price of commodities, the price of food when the fuel is scarce, because the price goes up. And we also urge former President Lazarus Chakwera, during his tenure, he mentioned that over 89 officers are involved in corrupt activities, but we only saw few individuals who were brought to book. So we wanted him to come out and review the names of those who were involved in corruption, so that they can also face justice.
You're watching MBC News and you are with me, Evelis Jungambi. A reminder of our top stories. President Mutharika directs the Ministry of Transport to inspect bridges on the main roads to ensure they are in good condition as the rains continue. Malawi records a significant decline in malaria cases. And the Musicians Union of Malawi raises concern over the misuse of social media against musicians. Welcome back. A local organic fertilizer company, Rural Development Investment Initiative Trust, RUDVIT, has disclosed that it will commence manufacturing fertilizer January next year. RUDVIT Executive Chairperson Hastings Bafumunyerinda told journalists during a machine test at the factory in Chilega, Blantyre. Simeon Shumba reports.
A long wait is over now. Speaking to journalists, RUDVIT Executive Chairperson Hastings Bafumunyerinda said the company is expected to bring huge impact to the agriculture sector in the country.
So if we put together the annual production capacity of the machinery, we're talking of in a region of around 20,000 metric tons. And we are aware that the national demand for fertilizer is in the region of 500,000 metric tons. So although we are actually coming in small, we believe that we will be able to make a significant impact, given the fact that the pricing from the importation, and given the fact that the imports are looking for forex, and forex is actually a shortage here. I mean, it's scarce in this particular in our country. So what we've been saying is that those that will be able to use will be able to increase their productivity, because they will be accessing a cheaper kind of fertilizer input than perhaps would have cost them if they were to import. In any case, some of them would even have afforded to get the imported fertilizers because of the pricing.
According to Nyerenda, the factory will use waste materials available in the localities, and arrangements have already been made on accessing the same. But what is the capacity of the factory?
So this is 3 metric tons per hour machinery, effectively meaning if it's running at its full capacity, it will produce 60 bags in an hour or 1 bag per minute. We will be producing granulated organic fertilizer. As you can see, amongst the setup of our machinery, we have a granulator as well. So it's a granulator which is going now to release the finer particles of what is required of our fertilizer, which we can take full of its nutrients, unlike the powdered kind of stuff. But this is granulated organic fertilizer made of organic materials.
Meanwhile, the factory has already created over 100 job opportunities to communities around the factory. Simon Shumba, MBC News, Blantyre.
The Malawi Police Service says it is geared to improve and provide top-notch services in the following year to reduce crime and ensure safety of all people in the country. Assistant Commissioner Prescott Mayolibo, who represented the Inspector General of Police, said this during this year's end-of-year police officers' party in Mzuzu. Details with Jackson Sijali.
Addressing police officers during the end-of-the-year party, a representative of the Inspector General of Police, Assistant Commissioner Prescott Mayolibo, applauded the officers for the job well done in reducing crime rate during the year. Mayolibo noted that in 2025, crime rate has decreased by 5.61%, a development that needs to be sustained for the safety of all people in the country. He therefore urged police officers and concerned stakeholders to be vigilant when executing their duties to achieve further crime reduction in 2026.
What the Inspector General has been emphasizing, all police officers are being asked to be vigilant and to make sure that maximum security has been provided to the members of the general public, irrespective of their status, because we take it as our statutory mandate. The Malawi Police Service is able to curb some of the very prevalent offences that the Malawians are actually encountering. You may wish to know that most of the very prevalent offences are like those to do with sexual offences, burglary, housebreaking. As you know, maybe people were actually psychologically affected, and considering the rate of poverty, people were maybe committing various offences. But I would like to say and actually emphasize that indeed, despite all those challenges, the Malawi Police Service has managed to reduce crime by 5.61%, which is so fascinating in as far as our statutory mandate is concerned.
During the meeting, Mayulipo also expressed concerns over the increased number of fatal accidents among Kabaza operators in the country and said they are geared to partner with relevant stakeholders to deal with the problem in the upcoming year. Jackson Sejari, MPC News, Mzuzu.
In arts and entertainment, the Musicians Union of Malawi, MUM, has raised concern over the misuse of social media against musicians. President for MUM, Vita Shira, said what began as a platform for promoting local talent has in some cases become a space for attacks. Success in Malawi's entertainment industry is increasingly scrutinized online, with artists sometimes accused of demonic worship or money laundering. Industry insiders warn this trend could stifle creative growth. Emmanuel Shokonso reports.
Social media has transformed how Malawian artists reach their fans and promote their work. But with greater visibility comes greater scrutiny and in some cases hostility. When an artist gains success, some online users are quick to question its source, often linking achievements to satanic practices or illicit dealings. Entertainment commentators say this perception overlooks the realities of today's creative economy, where artists earn through performances, brand endorsements, digital streaming, and international collaborations. Vita Chirwa, president of Musicians Union of Malawi, MUM, expressed disappointment, saying digital platforms should lift artists up, not pull them down.
It's unfortunate that people should be making irresponsible comments like that. Truly, the success that we've seen by musicians is solely based on hard work and composing songs that relate to people, and just making good use of the digital platforms. You know, just knowing which buttons to press.
Musician Tigrin, popularly known as the Nyao King, has called on Malawians to rethink how they view success in the arts, emphasizing that achievements should be celebrated, not demonized.
They have this thing of attaching success to something very dark, you know, because everyone wakes up in the morning to become successful. You wake up in the morning, you leave your house to go find a job or to work or whatever it is you're doing in order to succeed, in order to provide for your family or for your livelihood or for whoever you're around. So everyone has got this inbuilt desire to become successful. So no, I think it's wrong. You know, you have to start crediting people who are working tirelessly to do events, bringing entertainment to our people. Let's give them the support. You know, let's not have a tendency of bringing people down. Let's look at it the other way around. If we support this person who is doing this, right? How many more international shows can we do?
Tigrin warns that social media should be used to uplift talent, not tear it down, as constant negativity discourages emerging artists. Another Stars Kingston echoed these concerns, noting that careless online commentary and cyberbullying are quietly killing creativity in Malawi's music scene.
It's bad, not only as the one who's writing, but also on the receiving end. Now, I keep asking people, yes, you know, a lot of people don't know that we are also human beings. I try as much as I can to present myself as a normal human being. I know my status, I know who I am, but first and foremost, I'm a human. You know what I mean? So it's bad because you don't know what just one comment, one statement, one word can do to a fellow human being.
As the country's entertainment industry continues to grow, artists are urging social media users to act responsibly. They stress that changing the online mindset is essential in protecting talent and ensuring the sector thrives. Emmanuel Chikonso, MBC News, Lilongwe.
And that's it from our newsroom this morning. A recap of our top stories before we leave. President Mutharika directs the Ministry of Transport to inspect bridges on the main roads to ensure they are in good condition as the rains continue. Malawi records a significant decline in malaria cases. And the Musicians Union of Malawi raises concern over the misuse of social media against musicians. For more news, scan the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You've been with me, Evelys Jingambe, wishing you a happy new year and enjoy responsibly. Thanks for watching and bye for now.